Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. We go through all the trending stories that everyone in Dubai is talking about today. The news that broke yesterday, and it's super exciting. Ronaldo is in Dubai, and last night the Burj Khalifa lit up to wish his partner a very happy birthday, and we're not jealous at all.
And we'll also be talking about a Dubai PR freelancer who got scammed out of 8,000 dirhams, and it's just not okay.
Dubai has ranked #1 in the world for its resilience in the fighting against the pandemic.
And interesting things you can be getting up to this weekend.
And please stay tuned because we're going to be joined by 3 Irish men. We're having an interview with the boys in Dubai podcast. We cannot wait for that. But before we get into it all, it's Friday. It's the weekend. We are excited.
It's Saturday, it's Sunday.
Is this what we're... Can we do this every Friday now?
Done.
We did the meme.
I'm down for this.
Like straight after.
Yeah.
But I don't think we've really rolled with it, have we?
The song?
Yeah.
But every weekend, it's like the same song hits you, right? It's
okay.
Friday again.
I get it now. I didn't get it before. I get the song now.
It kind of drills the new weekend into your head, no?
One particular reason that we can be excited about today is that Ronaldo is in Dubai.
Yes.
And one can meet him. You can meet Ronaldo, potentially. I think there's going to probably be like 1 million people...
Maybe catch a glimpse of him. Good enough, you know, it works.
It is good. Like, he is an icon and an idol and a legend. And last night, not only is he an icon and legend for his sporting prowess, but also because he made the sweetest message to his partner, Georgina, last night on the Burj Khalifa. It was to wish her happy birthday, but also to promote her Netflix show.
Two birds, one stone.
Yeah, so you see the happy birthday Gio, and then at the bottom it's like Netflix. Yeah, gotcha. So Ronaldo is in Dubai, and he's not shy about it. He's joined his Manchester United teammates, along with bringing his family here, and it looks like they're having the best time.
And he's been spotted on the beach at Nadal Sheba training facilities, meeting His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and Ruler of Dubai, as well as Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Crown Prince of Dubai, on Thursday. And he will be going to the expo today.
Yeah, so I think all of these photos have just like come out. So first of all, he posted a photo on the beach, and everyone's like, okay, Ronaldo's on the beach again. That looks amazing. But we didn't know where he was. And then he posted a photo on his stories and it was like he's in Dubai. And since then, usually when celebrities are here, you don't really get that much of a... You don't really know what they're getting up to.
Exactly.
But he shared gorgeous family photos with the caption, Proud Dad, which is cool. Then he shared a photo at Nadal Sheba showing that he's training where all the Man United players are training, probably the other 16 footballers, like 16 football teams. We spoke about them yesterday. Yeah. Arsenal's here. What else? And then, of course... the photo last night, along with His Highness Sheikh Hamdan, Crown Prince of Dubai. This is like the cutest photo.
They are such good friends. Like, you can't fake that.
No.
That chemistry.
He just looks so happy to meet the Crown Prince. Like, I would be super happy to meet the Crown Prince, so I get it. But it's so cool for Ronaldo to have the same joy. Maybe we're twins. Maybe we have similarities in that way.
I can't imagine you meeting the Crown Prince. I don't think it'll be the highlight of your life. It would be the highlight of all of our lives. Just your reaction.
Oh, stop. I think, yeah, I think we'd all. That would be a tricky one. Do you think he'll be at Expo today?
I'm sure he would. And those lucky robots, Opties, they always get the first look at every celebrity, be it Anthony Joshua, Messi, now Cristiano Ronaldo.
The people that have walked through Al Wasl Dome at Expo, like it keeps on getting better. And I think Ronaldo has to be peak, right? He is going to be at Al Wasl Plaza today at 3 p.m. and that's according to Expo 2020, who shared the announcement on Twitter yesterday. I'm going to repeat that. Cristiano Ronaldo, is going to be at Expo today at 3 p.m. So if there is ever an excuse...
3 p.m.
If there is ever an excuse to leave work early, it has to be this one.
It has to be this one. But he has raised the bar so high for boyfriends and just partners, husbands.
Literally peak.
Birthday shout out on the Burj Khalifa. I mean,
true.
And I'm sure that'll come along with, a set, jewelry set.
Oh, you don't know that.
Okay.
What if he's like, I'm going to get you one thing? I'm going to get you one thing and it's the Burj Khalifa message.
I wonder if that's a collab with Netflix.
Well, it had Netflix on it,
Yeah.
but it said, congratulations, my love. And we do know that her new Netflix show called I Am Georgina is out, or it's coming out. And this is also a promo for that.
This is quite a gesture.
It's quite a gesture.
Oh, it's like telling the world, this is my girl. I'm celebrating her birthday.
So you would be into that?
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think it'd be nice. A nice pick.
Okay, tell me, Casey, I'll give you two picks. So one is a really nice, heartfelt poem written on you, or a video of you on the Burj Khalifa.
Yeah, the Burj Khalifa. I'd love if it was like me and Goose, my dog. It'd be so cute.
Aww.
Like Goose and in big lights. I'd be so proud of her.
Casey and Goose on the Khalifa. I see that.
If anyone's watching,
make it happen. Netflix collabs. Any collabs?
collabs?
Sephora collabs?
Should we just name brands that we like?
Why not? Namshi?
She.
Okay.
Anyway,
Guys.
we digress. We'll move on to our next story that got a lot of heat yesterday.
So a Dubai PR freelancer got scammed out of 8,000 dirhams, and it's just not okay. So a young 24-year-old PR freelancer shared her account of when she got duped out of 8,000 dirhams, and the ordeal is just all too relatable for freelancers everywhere. And a Dubai-based fashion designer, so this is how it started. A Dubai-based fashion designer was looking to organize an event back in February 2020 and got in touch with this PR freelancer. And when speaking to Lovin Dubai, the freelancer wrote, the designer wanted special PR boxes with lights made, etc., and she wanted an influencer event. Now, she started production, helped with her social media content, and did a lot of extra stuff without charging her. And she went on to add that the boxes were sent out to each influencer. Stories came in, everything was fine, her socials were up to date, and then comes the day of the event. The freelancer got her a venue, hired people, got the activities done, the full event was set up from A to Z. And then the designer paid half of the freelancer's fees in advance and was meant to pay the balance on the day of the event. However, post the event, the client started listing out excuses, example, the production was late, and etc., for why the full payment should not be made.
Unfortunately, this is a story we've seen before, and in this case, when the two parties finally got to meet to settle the payment, the designer apparently started nitpicking on the small details, and she only ended up paying 1,000 dirham instead of the 8,000 that was initially agreed. So when the freelancer refused to accept this 1K, she was like, look, I'm not taking that 1K, it's not enough, you said 8. She said, I hope karma serves you well, and I'm worth much more than that, which I applaud. It's like, I'm not taking this 1,000. We had said 8K. She obviously values her work at 8K, which was expected to be.
Of course, a lot of that's what happens, right? Like they put in their money into the event and then they get reimbursed for it later. And like the payments are not only for all of your expenses, but it's for your time, for your expertise, for your contacts and all of that. So
it's so sad, but it's unfortunately a story we've heard before.
Very true. But one thing, like we put this up on our Instagram and our social pages, but one thing everyone is like, you have to be so mindful of is drawing up contracts. Always have your contracts drawn up and have both the parties signing it. So, it's written on paper that this is what we're agreeing on. This is the payment that we're agreeing on. These are the terms and conditions. So everything is outlined from the very beginning and clear. So if anything goes wrong at the end, you have it in writing, like this is what it is. And if anything, you can take action with that.
Yeah, and on top of that, you also need your license. So you need your freelancer license and a contract. And the thing is, you have agencies charging up here, and then you have kind of freelancer new to the game charging down here. And what can happen is these prices are extortionate, so people will go down here and then expect to pay a lot less money and then sometimes not to pay up. The number of stories shared about freelancers getting a raw cut of the deal are many.
That's so true, but I honestly, like, we've gotten so many stories of scammers from both parts, like freelancers scamming the clients scamming the freelancers. So it happens both ways, and that's where I feel contracts are so important, because it is in the interest of both the parties. So that way the freelancer knows exactly what his jobs and description, like the JD is, and then the client knows exactly how much is going to be credited to the freelancer once the
100%. Like it's all in hindsight, it's all 100% makes so much sense. But your heart goes out to this particular story. From his or her point of view, they put in X number of months of work. And you like that work. If they happen to have a job at an agency, that work would have been charged. No, they would have charged a lot more money. And then at the end of it, to just get a really, really raw cut of the deal, and then to be just treated like you just feel this small at the end of that.
Very true.
More stories on freelancers. If you have anything like that, do share with us. We're getting a lot through, and it'll be quite interesting, I guess, to curate them all. Let's jump into something that broke today. Dubai ranks #1 in the world for its resilience in fighting COVID-19. So this is part of the Pandemic Resilience Index 2022, created by Consumer Choice Center, which is an advocacy group based in the US. Now, the index ranks over 40 countries, and they look at our health system resilience to the COVID-19 pandemic and similar crises. No. And the UAE tops the charts by its response to the pandemic resilience.
Now, in its most recent findings, the study looked at categories such as vaccination approval, its drive, and time lags that have put brakes on it. Critical care bed capacity and mass testing in the UAE piped the post, followed by Cyprus, Bahrain, and Israel.
Exactly. So UAE, #1 in the world. And of course, we praise how authorities have dealt with the pandemic since we've been here. We know that we are the lucky ones.
Yes.
Followed by Cyprus, Bahrain, Israel, Luxembourg, Denmark, UK, Austria, France, Malta. You're all in the top 10 for your country's response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Honestly, like we've said this so many times on the show that it just feels like it's memorized, but it doesn't really get better than staying in the UAE during the pandemic. Or it's so safe and everything's open with precautions.
And
you can live your life. Yeah,
I feel like the bounce back was. I think it was very, very difficult for any country to do the right thing. I think everyone will have complaints because it's been such a tough time for us all. However, most countries in the world went under strict lockdown, and then it's like, at what point do you say we need to get back to normality? And that's the really difficult decision that the UAE made. And they made it with small businesses in mind. So the fact that we were all able to get out to work again, we were able to, the economy was able to get back up and running. And I think that's kind of been the greatest achievement, because we were able to go back to work, we were able to get back to normality, flights were able to get open, so we were in some cases able to see our families. That's why we've been fortunate, I think.
Very true. You pair great leadership with amazing law-abiding expats, and you get the UAE.
Is that what we are? Amazing law-abiding expats.
Aren't we? I think we, especially in the UAE when we're here, very law-abiding. I don't know about when we go back home. That's a different case altogether.
I want to know what Simran gets up to when she goes home.
I am so nice there. I'm always, like, the UAE has changed me, made me a better person.
That's super. When you were born, you told us you were born in India, or you spent 2 years?
I was born in India, spent a year, and then came here.
We are still, by the way, if you watched the show yesterday, we're still searching for Tanya, the 2-year-old that Simran was obsessed with. We're going to find her. I want to know what she's doing with her life, and I want to know if she thinks about you.
Honestly, like, you're making me want to go and scout the internet for her.
Can I just have her name? I'll start looking for her.
I don't know her last name. It's literally Tanya. I don't know her last name. I'll ask my grandmother. We can
get in touch with your grandmother, the school, maybe.
If I remember which school, yes. There were monkeys in the school anyway.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on, guys. Amazing things you can be getting up to this weekend in Dubai and other Saturday, Sunday weekend. By the way, parking is free around Dubai today, Fridays, as usual. Now, starting off with the Hyper Rama Diner opening up at Al Quoz this weekend. Now, if you're a fan of some South African comfort food, then this place will be right up your alley. They have a loaded menu. So literally, they'll have all your cravings sorted, be it milkshakes, be it burgers, be it their other OG dishes, which you can check out on their website as well as Zomato. So go ahead and check that out.
Also this weekend, I'm sure you've heard all about it, the Dubai Desert Classic Golf at Emirates Golf Club is here, and we're super excited. So obviously last week we had the golfing greats, Colin Morikawa, Rory McIlroy, Ian Westwood, Ian Poulter, Tim Westwood. I'm going to move on quickly. All of the greats were down in Abu Dhabi, and now they're bringing it up to Emirates Golf Club this weekend. Of course, it's free to go if you want to go, so you just need to register. And then, of course, they have hospitality lounges for that little bit of extra something. But it's just a fabulous day, roaming the greens. Nowhere else in the world do you get the opportunity to be that close to some of the world's greatest golfers. And it's free. Like, Dubai really puts on such a show for every single golfing weekend. So I'd really urge you to get out and do it.
And then we have the Jahangir's restaurant that opened up in Mankool, serving culinary delights from the Mughal era. And internet sensation Jumana Khan was spotted there as well with her family. So that makes that spot a TikTok approved as well. So that will be a cute one to check out.
I do love those TikTok approved spots. Also, of course, the MIB virtual reality experience is open to all of the Emirates. So the first assignment is a fast-paced location-based experience for groups of up to 6 agents enter Men in Black headquarters and must quickly accept their assignment as the fate of the universe rests in their hands. It's as fun as it sounds.
Now, this new experience fully immerses fans in an iconic cinematic world, making them the star of their own adventure. So for more details or for bookings, do check out dreamscapeimmersive.com, and it's at Mall of the Emirates. So very interesting. It's a very interesting activity you can be getting up to with your friends down there.
However, that is so much, but this is the end of January. And the end of January means one thing to us. And the end of January is the end of Dubai Shopping Festival. We've had so much going on. There was Madagascar down at City Centre Mirdif.
Yes.
There's Dubai Lights that we've spoken about, where like the whole city is lit up. It's incredible. And we've had fireworks. There was the Harry Potter, is the Harry Potter activation of all of the Emirates.
Yeah.
They have a Hogwarts in all of the Emirates right now, guys.
Oh my God. You can put on the codes, the Gryffindor codes, and you can take pictures. It's got a minimum spend of 300, but 300 or 400? I think it's 300. And you can go and enjoy all these activities. And then the Dubai Mall are also in cahoots with the Emirates and Dubai Shopping Festival. And they're bringing you shopping rewards with a chance to be winning 1 million Skywards miles every week and travel with Emirates.
Which is just incredible, guys. This is your chance to become a DSF Skywards millionaire and turn your festive or your shopping, dining, and entertainment purchases into a winning spending spree. So visit the Dubai Mall anytime until January 30. So the time is running out, and make purchases of over 100 dirham at the Dubai Mall for a chance to become a DSF Skywards millionaire.
Yes. And for more information, do download the Dubai Mall app. It's on App Store and Play Store, Google Play. For more details, you can follow them on Instagram, and that's the Dubai Mall. There are a couple of different accounts, fake accounts, so it's the Dubai Mall. We've made that mistake before.
There's also some fake Lovin Dubai accounts.
Right.
But shop till you drop this weekend, guys, because obviously the sales are going big. It's the final weekend of sales, up to 90% off, 2,000 stores, 2,000 brands, 500 stores, something. It's going to be a lot of fun. But stay tuned, because we are super excited about our interview. We have none and only the boys from The Boys With Bike podcast, 3 Irishmen who are in Dubai documenting their time in the UAE and Expo. They're going to be with us right after this. Who are documenting Dubai and their time in the UAE, Expo 2020 events, and so much more. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for having us.
Right just now, before we started, I mispronounced Du Bois in Dubai because I said the boys in Dubai. Can you explain what Du Bois is to people who don't speak Irish English?
Yeah, so in Ireland we do a hard D for the, so it's the turns into the.
It's gonna be
the
Du
lads.
Bois in Dubai.
I'm going out with the lads, or I'm going to meet the boys.
It kind of comes across D, like D
D,
boys.
So it's three boys talking about Expo and just all things Ireland.
Yeah, and life in the UAE and kind of what the transition from living in Ireland to living in the UAE and exploring people, successful people out in the UAE. And
capturing the Irish community that's in Dubai and just kind of filtering that back home for people that are thinking about moving over here, and also for the Irish communities that are here, like the sports community, the youth, the GA, and just bringing aspects of everything into the podcast.
So when I first read it, I thought it was all about Expo, and then I listened in, and so we'll talk a little bit about Expo and all about all the other stuff that you cover. But first of all, do you have any insights? Is Ronaldo going to be on Expo today?
Apparently so.
Do you have the secrets about how I can actually get a glimpse of him?
Keith's bringing a mic down to Expo today, and I hope that he
get
can
a video. I'm going to scream with him for 20 minutes, to be honest. Now the celebration is soon. I hope he looks directly at me.
You'll be the only one, I'm sure.
I know. Oh, I know.
So there might be a Cristiano Ronaldo exclusive interview coming up.
I think Jack Grealish is actually on site at Expo today as well. So there's a couple of footballers obviously in Dubai at the moment.
Yeah, there's loads of them.
Yeah. Obviously the weather this time of year is a lot better than England and across Europe.
They've 2 weeks off as well. So.
And we did try to get Messi as well when he was here.
I was going to say, you mentioned on the pod that he was there.
He said he might come back.
Did he?
Yeah,
right, okay. In the DMs, or do you have a better contact?
We can,
private.
You tell me after the show, guys. Another thing about Expo is I had no idea that there was a Pavilion Expo World Cup.
Yeah.
And the way he lined it up on the show, I actually thought Ireland had a chance to win.
We did.
The World Cup.
We had every chance to win.
This is the Football World Cup for Ireland, but
Our chances were gone after
Alas,
30
no.
seconds.
Right.
I broke my foot.
Actually?
Yeah. I got the cast off last week.
In the Expo World Cup for Ireland, you broke your foot. That's a great story.
Yeah.
Round one against the biggest Ugandan team you can ever possibly imagine.
Huge.
We went down to kind of tug out and stuff.
Yeah.
And we were really up for it, like, and we had a great team. And
Until you saw the other team.
yeah, we were in the dressing room, and I remember our captain / manager Dom just turned to us and said, "Lads, forget about it."
I think we did think it changed, and one of them had the tops off. He's probably 6'7".
Yeah.
The height of Peter Crouch, but he was built like a tank.
But the height doesn't necessarily mean sure. Like, well, you told me already.
High and wide as well.
Yeah.
Big man.
We put it up to them for the first half. Like it finished 5-3.
Yeah.
It wasn't a disgrace. Like, but
It was a disgrace. They hadn't even got a substitute. We had rolled subs for the whole game. They literally trounced all over, and there's no point in playing it out as it wasn't that bad.
So Dave broke his leg, and one of the lads broke their elbow.
Oh my gosh!
It was a bit rough.
I thought football, soccer, right?
Yeah,
It's non-contact.
And it was 5-a-side, but like
Yeah.
lads were, because the World Cup was on the line, lads were giving it.
Yeah.
So who won the Expo World Cup?
It's still on. Uganda are down to the last.
They were very good.
I think it's at quarter-final stage. So I mean, like, you know, we were put out by good opposition.
Hopefully they win it. It'd be nice to go out to the eventual winners. So
Yeah.
Well, thanks for waving the Irish flag. We appreciate the hopes. Okay, so jumping into the podcast, have you ever done a podcast before? Like when people sometimes start podcasts, I remember when I tried to do it, I was in not really a bedroom, but in a hallway at home with a massive duvet over my head with another girl, and we were just like,
Passing the mic.
is that how you started, or did you have kind of fancier settings to begin with?
We got lucky enough with the settings in Expo. There were studios available in Expo, but we did one remotely as well using an app. But I never had done one. Keith had never done one. Graham had a bit of experience, all right, with one.
Yeah, like I've been on a podcast back home. I was a musician and did a lot of kind of interviews, so I was kind of used to the dynamic. But took the lead really from the boys as well. Like the three of us just saw a gap in the market for this kind of content, like engaging the Irish community out here. There's so many successful business people out here, and engaging them. And then when we said we were going to do it, Dave was just like, right, these are the sections. We have a parish newsletter. So like, I think we were just all equally enthused about it. So it was really good.
And it is different to what's over here. It's very casual. It's just three friends chatting, to be honest. Like it comes off the tongue very easy. I know a lot of podcasts over here are quite intense.
We don't plan it, we don't script it. It's just go roll
Yeah.
Well, it's
There's a bit of
scripted
work.
in a
There's
sense,
a bit
but
of
it's
work,
like
yeah.
But
bullet
you have
points.
your segments.
We have
Yeah,
bullet
exactly.
points,
And one of my favourite segments is the parish newsletter.
Yeah.
But for people who may not understand what a parish newsletter is, tell the audience about a parish newsletter and what you talk about on the pod.
So parish newsletter back home, the parish just kind of describes the small communities of Ireland. And each parish would put out a newsletter maybe in the local paper or on the local kind of county hall social media page. And it would just update on the going-ons of the local village.
Yeah.
We kind of took that concept and adapted it for the broader UAE and the Gulf. It was your idea, Dave, yeah?
Yeah, I kind of came up with it as such. It was like just bringing them little fun aspects of the community into the podcast, and so yeah, it was one of them things we just rolled with it. So like we'd mentioned the GA, we'd mentioned.
So for people who don't know what's the GA.
It's hurling, football, they're traditional sports back in Ireland.
Yeah.
And over in the Middle East, you have about 14 or 15 clubs over in the Middle East.
It's massive here. It's really, really big.
It's very competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very competitive level over here. So yeah, it's just about bringing the event side of things into it as well, and just having a bit of fun with it.
Tell people what's coming up, if there's a good gig on, what's coming up at Expo, because as you know, like there's just so much constantly going on at Expo. So we kind of pick our little favourite nuggets. Like this week, I think you mentioned that the footballers were on it. Yeah. We had a bit about the Black Eyed Peas were coming up. And then we were talking about the UAE Masters League that they had in Expo there just over the Christmas as well. Just kind of keeping people up to date with what's going on in Dubai,
Yeah, I mean, as we know, it's impossible to stay up with what's going on with Expo. But you've only done 2 episodes so far, but I feel like you're already gathering an audience. Like you found a niche, like there's an Irish community who love to listen to you, and there's probably a community beyond that who just like the Irish accent because I've
Fair.
heard that people like it. Have you gotten any people just telling you they like the Irish accent?
Yeah, there's like when we've looked at our insights, we've seen kind of people in the UK listening,
Cool.
people in Russia. I think Russia was
Yeah,
the weird.
that's-
Russia was the
yeah.
one that stood out. It was like
Yeah.
there's people from Russia listening.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so most of it is at home and in the UAE. But yeah, Russia, the UK, I think Spain and Portugal.
all
or
of
something
them.
Actually, a friend of mine sent me a voice note the other day and was like, man, absolutely loving the podcast. He's listening from home. And he was like, Dave is so funny. And I was like, what? I sent him a voice note back being like, what do you mean? Like, you know, because, you know, there's a bit of fun in it. And he was like, man, the way his accent is. I was like, no, that's actually just Dave talking.
Like I've had to try and tone down because I'm from Cork, so like when I came up first, conversation would be flowing. People were like, "Is he speaking Irish?"
Yeah.
No,
Quite a bit
just-
of that problem.
Just Cork. Ireland's interesting in that like different pockets of the country have really, really, really different accents. The Cork accent would be very, very, very strong. Where are you both from?
I'm from Mullingar, Westmeath, which is the middle. We generally have a flatter accent.
Yeah, you're easier to understand than the rest of us. So I'm from Rathnew and Wicklow.
Interesting.
So I'd have a thick enough accent at times as well now.
And Keith at the end of sentences goes up.
That's a good question.
That inflection. I'm from Waterford, which is next to Cork.
Up the day, shit.
Up the day, exactly. So you are gathering a community and you're getting stories. People are sharing. So basically what the guys do is they've shared one or two stories that were hilarious. Like the plane one, my heart broke for, you know, flying
That's one of
back
the
to
better ones.
the
Yeah. That's very funny.
and it was great. So you're sharing your stories and then you're hoping to get more in from people. Are they messaging you? And can you share any stories that you've gotten so far?
Yeah, so we put it out there because so much funny things have happened to the three of us since we moved here. Because it's just such a culture shock, it's very different and you're learning how to adapt in a new environment, and then just funny things happen. And we decided to share a few of those and embarrassing stories. It's called our Dubai moments. And there's been some really, really funny ones in. People usually voice note us, send it to our Instagram as a voice note or email us on
What types of stories are they sending?
Dave?
Like there's some ones come in and they're like, you have to kind of filter them down a small bit and you're just like, no, I can't bring that on here, like, you know. A lot of them are people that have, say, been chatting to someone or met someone in a bar or met someone and they didn't know who the person was. So like they're talking to this possible celebrity and not knowing who they are, and they're like, oh yeah, well my name is actually, oh right. Definitely the one in the plane is probably our best one to date.
Did you ever so it's a story of a girl flying back to the country and she, you know, she's on the plane and at the beginning she's very upset and and then it turns around and
you'll have to listen to the
podcast.
podcast.
You'll have to listen to the podcast. It's not for here. Did you ever kind of did you ever find out who she was?
No, we've asked her to
Because
write
you
in,
know
so she's
there's one
listening.
girl listening and she's like,
We tried to find out who he was because David thought he might have known.
I thought it was one of the lads I played with. Unfortunately, it wasn't him. So I was kind of accusing him of the wrong.
well, I hope we've teased this enough so you turn it on.
But if there is anyone listening, do send in your funny stories.
Yeah, because we do turn down quite a lot every week. Obviously, the boys a big country, so a lot has probably happened after moving over from Ireland. But I do keep sending them in. You will feature at some stage.
Yeah.
And you do interviews. So your most recent one was with Gary Deegan, and you're speaking to just the Irish community because you want to kind of build up that community, or are you going to speak to other nationalities too?
Oh, definitely other nationalities. I mean, we've started and we're doing what we know at the moment with the Irish community. We were very lucky on our first pod to interview Porrick Miles. He is the executive director of Riverdance, which was just amazing to speak to someone like him with so many years experience working in Riverdance. And then we spoke to Gary Deegan, who's a friend working in the entertainment industry over here. And coming up we have Adi O'Gara, who's a personal trainer, and we're talking about kind of sport, health, fitness, nutrition. We touched on that because it was January, coming back into January, everybody wants to get a bit
we're all on the fitness buzz now, so.
Oh yeah.
We're back on
and it's going to last for about 3 more days.
But we are looking to engage like anyone, and what we do a lot on our Instagram and our social media channels is we throw it out to the listeners. Who do you think we should get on?
Yeah.
So a lot of people are asking for Cristiano Ronaldo, but we're asking people to be realistic as well. So.
Yeah, so like we're trying to help. A lot of people moved over like us for a new opportunity and whatnot, and some people are in the fitness industry have moved over, and some people have come over, set up new business and stuff like that. So we just want to help them as well, reach more people, reach our followers, and grow our own kind of network then as well, where we can hopefully do a live podcast in the next couple of months.
Very cool.
Which would be kind of a big taking on for us.
What podcast do you like to listen to yourselves?
At the moment, I'm listening to Hector and Tommy.
Yeah, they're gas.
Yeah.
It's Irish again, but two very funny Irish comedians.
And Brian Keane as well.
Yeah.
I listen to sports podcasts a lot, so there's a Flatback 4 at home. One of my friends is a football podcast. It's actually pretty good. Off the ball is obviously very good as well.
Yeah.
But they're kind of similar to whereas they're just lads chatting about stuff. It's very easy to listen to and stop listening, go back on and listen again.
I think that's kind of mirrored in our podcast. Like you listen to Hector, you're listening to that. I listen to like the two Johnnies.
Yeah.
And they're kind of very Irish, and it's very just lads having a chat about interesting topics. It's informal, it's fun, and I think that's what our favorite podcasts are. So we're trying to.
And that's what Boys in Dubai is, and that's what podcasts are, because I think it's always about word of mouth and people sharing their best tips. So my tip to you is have a listen to Boys in Dubai if you want to get a little bit of an Irish accent and hear more about Irish events and brunch reviews.
Yeah.
And who gets to do the brunch reviews, by the way? Or is it like a group effort?
We try to do it as a group.
It can be hard at times to get us all together. But going forward in the next few months, we'll probably see more as a group. And we do have loads of giveaways in the next few podcasts, so make sure you follow the Instagram.
Couple of sponsors on board.
Yes, so Adi O'Gara on podcast 3 that's coming out this week. He has offered a 12-week fitness plan to one lucky listener.
Oh, nice.
So have a listen to the pod when it comes out and check in on our social medias because we will be giving that away. Yeah. It's a phenomenal opportunity as well. He's a really good guy.
I can't actually imagine you guys giving a bad brunch review. I just feel like,
Well,
or is there one coming?
No,
we're like food.
Yeah, we're trying to score it as best we can, just so we're not really kind of pushing it too high in the scoring. We started off. I went to Garden 8 first. That was the first one we did.
That scored highly. It got it got
an
8.2 or something.
2, yeah. So and then McCaffrey's got an 8 as well. So like two good brunches.
I thought that was harsh. Now I thought the food at McCaffrey's was unreal. There's a few disagreements.
This is what we're trying to do with the balance
McCaffrey's
piece.
is a new Irish pub, and I really want to try it. Apparently, the food is like just like home.
Chicken fiddle roll.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Guys, that is it for us on the Lovin Dubai show. Thank you so much to the Boys in Dubai for your time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you
Next
so much.
podcast is out on.
Should be out next week.
Yeah, this week. This week.
And listen to it on all your usual.
Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to your pods, it's on all of the streaming platforms. So.
Guys, thank you so much. That is it for us. We'll see you tomorrow, Sunday morning, Monday morning, same time, same place. Bye bye.
Bye bye.